RRF1, what the world is watching. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it's BK and the Xbox, Beer and Kebab, the racing guru, and welcome to RRF1 Sunday race night. And as the title of the stream suggests, it is nuclear heat in Japan as the championship battle really starts to heat up tonight, and we've got a fantastic race for you. I have no idea what the weather conditions are like yet. Don't know why that's come up on my screen. Close that real quick. And yeah, it should be an absolutely fantastic race tonight. We're just waiting for the guys to ready up. But welcome to the stream. No co-coms at the moment, although there might well be a guest appearance of somebody coming in soon. Good evening to Lou in the chat and also Extreme XJ as well. Welcome. Thanks for watching, guys. Just to give you guys a bit of a rundown on Japan, very demanding and technical circuit. Catches the unwary driver out very easily. And to give you a little idea of what it's all about, here's a little interactive track guide we put together a couple of days ago around Japan. So take a little look at this, and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and here we are with an interactive track guide around Suzuka, Japan. And we're on board with Lewis Hamilton's audio and Pierre Gasly's car as he comes around to start his flying lap. And he's full on the throttle here, as you can see, into 8th gear, over 200 miles an hour as we come down to turn 1 and turn 2, tricky parts of the track. Full speed through there, then start applying the brakes, run the inside curve, let the car drift out, and then get fully on the power again as we come into the S's. As you can see, they high downforce cars of these cars, they really do hug the corners extremely well. As we come to the S's, nicely done through there. As we come up through towards the Dunlop curve, again now you can apply the throttle, full throttle as we come up towards Degner's 1 and 2. Use the inside curve there, let the car drift wide, and again use the inside curve and the outside curve, applying the throttle as we come down towards the hairpin, which is a 3rd gear corner, dropping down to around about 75-80 kilometers an hour. Then full on the throttle again, so you've got a very tricky part of the track, very bumpy. The car tries to step away from you here as the track falls away in towards the famous spoon corner, dropping down to 6th and 5th gear, dropping down to 4th momentarily, then back up to 5th as you apply the throttle coming out of spoon. Very good exit there, up the back straight, absolutely flat out now, coming towards 200 miles an hour as we come towards the famous 130R corner. I think the fastest and best corner on the circuit, on the calendar, as we then come into the Prost Senna chicane, which is the final couple of small corners on the track. Again, applying full throttle as we come up towards the start-finish straight. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you drive around Suzuka very quickly, unlike me. The Dominator himself.
The bloody Dominator.
I forgot to turn my audio on there, mate, so they completely missed that. Yes, the
Brilliant.
Dominator of Unique Shots is in the co-coms box. Bit of a tight squeeze because he's a bit skinny. I'm a fat bastard, but he's just about slid in beside me, so we're about to go live to Japan. It's going to be a cracker, Dom. It's going to be an absolute belter tonight. The Elite 1 Division superstars and all that good stuff. They're going to show us how to do it tonight. And let's go live to Japan if I can get this satellite link up and running. There we go. Look at that. Got a cracking lineup tonight, matey.
Yeah, it's looking very competitive this weekend, mate. There's a lot of drivers as well that had to miss out. So
yeah,
you know what I mean? It's going to be a big race tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Good evening to everybody in the chat. Lou, Extreme AJ. Good evening, Bish. How are you, my friend? Come to watch how the big boys play. But just wait for Cookie to ready up, and then we'll be up and running with the show. So here we go. And we'll get some telemetry on board, and I'll give you a quick rundown of the drivers. Looking a bit cloudy up there, Dom. Ooh, would be see some rain possibly. Right, here's a quick rundown.
It's a bit bright though.
It's, well, yes. What they call those? Is it Nimbo Stratus? I don't know. Cumulonimbus. Fucking clouds to everybody else. But yeah, here we go. Right, quick rundown of the drivers then. From top to bottom, we've got Kai Pollock, we've got Fresh LP, Jimmo, Cookie Chip, Skillen, Bingers, Dizzy Barracuda, Apex, TRL Williams, To The Max, Ralph, Towley, AJ, Sniper, Poz, Johnny B, Ben Prime, and Stan, Syke, Zany, and Matt. So we've got a couple of guest drivers tonight. We've got Ben Prime stepping up from Division 2 to Division 1, that I can certainly see. And Stan also. Victor Oyster, of course, on Friday in Division 2. He's stepping up to play with the big boys tonight. And anybody else? I think that's about it. Yeah, so we've got 2 guys coming up. We've got a cars coming out. Looks like a Haas coming out. Will that be Matt? Matt does like to get a quick lap in. No, it's not Matt. Is that Poz then? Yeah, it's going to be Poz, the lead car. Right. Like Zany says in the chat, it's a dry to wet race, Dom.
Ooh, okay.
That's going to be...
Ooh, indeed, mate. That's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, Ben Prime...
I think...
oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think the Division 2 drivers actually drove very well, considering it was wet the whole race, so it'd be good to see what these guys could do tonight.
Didn't they just? And, by the way, Don, we've already got some Division 2 rivalry happening in the chat. Ben Prime has just said, and Stan, even though we aren't teammates tonight, it's multi-21. I think Anstan's going to give this year a big, big bird. That's not from me, that's from Anstan. That's from Anstan. Right, Poz gets out of the way actually to let Anstan through, so Anstan now becomes the lead car, so we'll jump on board with Anstan. How's the game audio, everybody? Everybody good? Because I've had all sorts of problems with Streamlabs in the last 2 or 3 days. Hopefully in the chat can hear me and Dom nice and clearly, and you can also hear the game feed as well through your speakers. As we're on board with Anstan, so it's a dry to wet race. Okay, cheers. Extreme AJ says in the chat. Extreme XJ says in the chat. It sounds good so far. Okie dokie. Right, Anstan comes through the Prost Senate chicane, about to start his first flying lap. Let's see what he can do. I'm presuming, from what I heard in the pre-race party, Dom, no spoilers for tonight's, for this afternoon's Grand Prix. Is that correct?
That's it, mate. Yes.
All right. Okay. So I can't say that Robert Grabitza's wait for a title win sort of is going to take at least 1 more week. Okay. I won't say that then. Alrighty. Right, Anstan comes to the S's, a very, very technical and tricky part of the track. We've seen instance already through the racing weekend of that as he comes now up above the Dunlop curve, up towards the Degner curves, through number 1, quite tidily through there, into Degner 2, under the tunnel, or the bridge I should say, and then up to the hairpin, the very heavy braking point down to 2nd gear. Ease himself out of the corner there just to avoid any wheel spin up, which can cause problems. No spoilers in the chat, please, discreetly, as Anstan comes through Spoon. It's all looking quite tiny through there as he comes up the back straight. Isn't this in real life, Dom, the back straight now a DRS zone? I thought it was.
Yeah, see, this is what I was confused about with you on Tuesday, wasn't it? I think it is a DRS back straight, but I don't know why, if it is, it's not in the game. It should be.
Well, it's Codemasters. Say no more. As Anstan comes up to cross the line, and it's a tidy lap to start off with the 29.2. Apex immediately goes quicker.
Teammate behind him.
Yeah. Let's see who else is about. And Dizzy's in sector 2.
Was 29.6.
There's Matt. Right, Matt's just about to cross the line in the Haas. Oh, almost lost it there actually. Strange line. 28.7 goes quickest. The different line. Jimmo he's just come out of the hairpin. Got a message from Mustafa Shag. Watch Cookie now as he comes around 130R up towards the Prost Centre chicane. The actual official title for this chicane is actually known as the Casio Triangle, but we call it the Prost Centre chicane. Cookie comes straight into the pits. Dizzy's coming up towards 130R. I've got yellows actually showing in sector 3. That looks like, is that a Ferrari up in front had a bit of an issue? I'm not sure. But here comes...
Yeah, it is. AJ.
But here comes Dizzy. 28.8, second fastest so far for Dizzy Barracuda. Jimmo is struggling. Oh, that's right, he's struggling. He's just letting cars through, actually. Or is he just showing his real pace? Who knows? Right, Sniper coming around the final corner.
I think Discreetly's answered your question there, but it is only just the one DRS zone.
It should be two. There should be one there. I've always said that. It makes a lot of sense. I think. You imagine that drafting up the old back straight and then having to slam the DRS flap shut as you go through 130R. That would be entertaining.
Yeah.
Dangerous, but entertaining.
To be fair, thinking about it now, that's probably why there's not one there, because as we illustrated on Tuesday, but it is the same corner as Belgium, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Imagine that around Belgium.
That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Yeah, going through Blanchimont, the DRS open. Oh dear. Right, on board to the max here. She comes underneath the tunnel through Degler 2, coming up to the hairpin in the Pocket Rocket Cockpit Williams. Let's see what he can do. Extreme X-Ray says the trap 129s, laughs out loud. The fastest I've done is a 134, and I thought that was fast. Need to sweat the game a bit, mate. But he also says, I watched you race the other day, Beer. Thought you did great. Wasn't it a top 10 finish? Indeed. I was driving the day. In case you didn't know, I was driving the day, and it was an absolutely amazing drive by myself. If I do say so myself, which I do. And did I mention I was driver of the day as well? Okay, just to let you know that. And in case you forgot, I was also driver of the day as well. What a great drive it was by me. No, it was all
I mean,
right.
if we're going to throw it out there, Extreme, did you not see me come second? less than a second away from first place.
No one cares.
Come on, buddy.
Just kidding. No, yeah, you did a great. You and Gaza had a great battle. It was. I watched the stream back, and it was really good to watch. When the camera was on me. I didn't just say that, did I?
Yeah.
No, it was a cracking race. You guys had a great battle up front. I thoroughly enjoyed my 26 million lap stint on the hard tyres, and so it felt like. And it was all good. Okay, I'm not sure if Max is going again. Let's have a little look as he comes through Degwood 2. It's actually looking quite pokey under the bridge, putting it towards the hairpin. Let's see what we can do. I'm just wondering if anyone will get into the 27s.
Oh no, Cookie's lost it.
Oh, is he?
Cookie's lost it in the S's.
Oh, look at that. There's end plates missing. Important parts of the car missing there. We'll jump back on with to the max again as it comes through Spoon. And Stan says cough cough. Yeah, apparently he drove all right on Friday. You know, it was not bad. I've seen better. You know. No,
that's what I'm saying though, mate. That's why I said about the Friday lads. They had an extreme job to do with the weather conditions. They really did do well.
Yeah, all joking aside, they weren't bad, I suppose. Give them a bit of grudging praise, like, you know what I mean. No, they were actually. It was pretty good. Sight goes fast as 28.2. Right, where is Bingley? Bingley's on an outlap at the moment. Cookie Chip is going to be coming back into the pits. Ben Prime. Right, we'll jump on board with Ben as he comes in towards Spoon. Making a big step up. Now the question is, of course, Dom, Ben is, as we know, he's running away with the Division 2 title. Can he hang it though with the big boys? Can he? It's that extra pressure. You've done it yourself, mate, haven't you? You've come up from a lower division to the top division, and it's a different ball game, isn't it? If you can explain to the viewers,
it is completely
what it's like.
It's completely different. Yeah, it's just. I wouldn't say it's a pressure thing, but it's more of the fact of. Say when you're in Division 3, for example, it's going to sound big-headed now, but I know I am one of the top 3 drivers in that division. But then when you come up to the top division, you are like classed as the lowest. Do you know what I mean? So kind of have to try and prove yourself, but at the same time, don't put that pressure onto yourself as well. So it is difficult, but it'll be good to see what you can do. You know.
Absolutely.
We know he's a fast driver, so
yeah.
Hopefully he can stick it out.
But the thing is, he's an Englishman. He pretends he's Scottish, you know, and that I've said it before. It's a big black mark, you know, and you've got to wonder about his temperament and his mentality with that kind of attitude. You know, I'm just kidding, Ben. I do rag him a bit, but we have some banter. I mean, You know, he does prefer bikes over cars, and as Psych Zany said, you know, cars are better. You know, I mean, when's the last time we saw a car fall over? That was the quote of the week from Psych, by the way. That was fucking awesome. Well, here comes Bingers on his fly. It's 128.3, 500 down on site. So already those two are setting the benchmark. Towley is out and about. Where's Towley's coming up through the back straight towards 130R. No, he's not. He's back right off. Forget about that one. AJ is coming down towards the hairpin. Ben coming to the pits. Extreme X-Ray says driving in the rain is really tough. I dread doing it. Almost guaranteed I'm going to crash. It is difficult driving in the wet. It's just one of those things where if you can get, it's like any game you play. If you can get zoned into your game, you tend to find that you can actually do really well. The more you think about it, I think this is from my personal perspective. The more you think about it, particularly driving in the rain, and it's on your mind, you're more liable to have an incident at somewhere because you're almost like over concentrating. So I just try and go. I just try and go with the flow a little bit if I can. You know.
It's the same with the dry weather, though, mate. You can easily make a mistake if you overthink it. If you think you're going to have a crash, you're going to crash.
Absolutely. AJ goes fifth fastest. Kai Pollitt is coming down to the spoon. Just this little bit of track here Kai's going now is quite tricky because it's very, very bumpy and the road tends to fall away from you and it can compromise your entrance into Spoon, as it has done with Kai there actually.
Cycle as quick as they can.
Yeah, just adds literally shaves a couple of 100ths off his time there, the 28.2. And of course the guys tonight, from what we've heard from Psych in the chat, the guys tonight have got the added problem of having a dry race that goes to wet. And of course that creates problems with the setup that they choose at the start of the race, during qualifying. Which setup are they going to use for the race? Are they going to use a dry setup, a wet setup, or like a hybrid setup? But also then they've got to contend with the track changing its character very, very quickly if it starts to rain. You know, there's so many things they've got to think about.
Well, that's going to lead to a very what's the word? I can't think, but the strategy for tyres is going to be very different.
I think so,
compared to what we would normally see.
It all depends when it's going to happen. I mean, you might see some guys literally drop out of Q2 or do Q2 on hard tyres just to see if they can take them as long. Because I mean, you know, I'm no speed machine or no expert or anything, but because I had to pit at lap 1 on Thursday, I put the hards on, and I did the rest of the race on the hards, and they were still, you know, decent at the end. They weren't crap. They weren't falling off a cliff. So a hard, if it is going to rain, starting the race on hards isn't. I don't think it's a bad call. I don't think it's a bad call at all. We'll have to wait and see, because as I say, these guys know better than me. I mean, they might decide that 2 sets of softs is quicker than 1 set of hards, maybe until the rain comes. Who knows? Anyways, yeah, tricky one. Just switches the chat. Imagine pretend to be Scottish. Couldn't be me, absolutely. In reply to your point, though, he says it's very intriguing. Yeah, absolutely. Regarding the tyre strategies. Right, Kai's just about to cross the line in the Silver Arrows. What can he do? It's 28.7, 4th fastest. Good time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, very tidy. Charlie from Sector 1. Cookie is just coming up towards 130R. Where's Ben Prime? Ben Prime's behind us. We'll do Cookie, Cookie, Ben, and then Towley. Now look at those 3 guys. Cookie, of course, of the Godcar, otherwise known as Team Alpha Male. What can Cookie do? 28.0. That's good enough for 11th place. Ben Prime, isn't it? Oh, Ben's coming into the pits again. He's invalidated twice. He has not set a lap yet. Is the pressure getting to him already? Is those butterflies building a tummy? I know you and I have spoken about it before, haven't we? The old butterflies in the tummy before the race.
That's it.
And it does happen. I get it every week. You know? Extreme Aviators in the chat. Is it light rain or heavy rain? At the moment, it looks like bright sunshine. No, just kidding. I don't know on that one. We'll get our resident weatherman has just replied. It's like saying it's light. There we go. Of course, Psych. Yeah, cool.
Okay, if that's the case, you might say a lot of people just go for the mediums then. Go for the medium because you can still run on the mediums whilst it's raining
Okay.
until that crossover point comes.
Talbot's the fastest 28.6. Yeah, because the problem, I suppose, the problem with the hards is if it's light rain, also you lose temperature so quickly in those hards, and they'll just.
That's it. Yeah.
The grip, there'll be no grip there due to cold tyres. Mediums have got a broader window they can operate in, haven't they? Okay, it'll be interesting to see.
You never know. Our predictions could just go straight out the window.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm just watching Pos going through Spoon. He's going to have to come into the pits, actually. He's down at the moment, running no 0 ERS. Matt's managed to get himself back in, but he will... Did he set... Yes, he did set.
Bingley spinning.
Oh, hello. There's Bingers. Oh, yes, indeed.
Yes,
now, was that
coming
Dunlop,
out of the
Dunlop
exit.
curve? Where is he?
Yeah.
Yep, Dunlop curve. Did you see Shaggy do that on Tuesday?
I did.
That was awesome. That was absolutely brilliant. Right, so should we jump on board? Jimmo has retired from session. Now, that must be an incident, mate. I haven't seen it on track. Johnny B sets a 1:29.0. Fresh LP's out and about at the moment. Let's jump on board with Fresh. He's just coming through to the start of the S's. In fact, there are a couple of cars in front of him. I think they're on outlaps. What's interesting, Dom, is just cast your eyes from... Well, Christ almighty. I mean, where do we start? From AJ all the way... No, in fact, no, from TRL Williams, yeah, all the way down to Skillen.
Yeah.
So, there is 2 tenths covering 11 cars. Wow.
Wow. That just goes to show how incredibly competitive this division is.
Absolutely. I mean, look at those times. I mean, from to the max who's in 11th to Skillen who's in 16th is 5/100. It's half a tenth of a second, which is in real terms about what, a couple of feet. That's crazy.
They're all literally, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're all like a wing away from each other.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, just watching Fresh come up through 130i. He's in the banana car. He's getting a little bit of a tow from that car in front from TR Williams, so I think it's about to start his flyer. So we'll just watch Fresh LP jump across the line and then we'll jump on board with TR Williams.
It's good time.
Not quite good enough to get himself out of... In fact, he's going to be out of qualifying. Yeah, the jump on... Well, TR Williams is actually safe at the moment. Who's in the drop zone at the moment? We've got Fresh LP's out, as we know. Almost certainly out. Sniper Ben Prime. Well, this is Ben's only chance, mate, as he comes through the Pro Centre chicane. Now, can he get himself into Q2? This is the question. It's looking not good. 18th only. That's as good as he can get. Sniper's in Sector 1. Fresh is not going to make it. It's now depends on skill, and Skillen's actually 2 tenths up in his previous time, so Pos is in danger. But look at that, between Anstan and Pos, 1/1000th of a second between their times. That could be enough to drop Pos out of Q1. Let's have a look at Skillen as he comes around the final couple of corners for the Pro Centre chicane. Gets on the throttle nice and quick. The benchmark is 1:29.084. Can he beat that? It's going to be close. He does. He goes into 8th place, and that means Pos is out. Fresh
Pos is gone.
Yeah, but Sniper's still out there going through Spoon. Let's see what sort of time that Sniper can do. Oh, he's had to hesitate there getting on the throttle because he ran that curve a bit too much. If you put the power down too soon, you'll get that left front will just slide on the curb and put you on the wall.
He's not using any ERS, mate. I think he's thrown this.
He's done it. Yeah, that's cooked. So Sniper is out as well. So we've lost Pos at Fresh LP, Ben Prime, Jimmo and Sniper are out to qualifying. I'll tell you what, look at those gaps. It is from Towley down to Pos, who's out, is less than half a second. Wow. Towley's in 3rd, Pos is 16th, is less than half a second. That's the difference. There's nothing in it. Absolutely nothing in it. Ben says in the chat, can't say I like this car that much, binned it twice and a scruffy lap to boot. think he's
To be honest with you, mate, there's nothing wrong with that Alpha. I've been in that.
No, it's my car. I just think he's salty for reasons I cannot disclose because you haven't seen the race yet. No, it is, you know, I suppose if you're used to one car and you drive one car all the time, it can be tricky getting into another car. I mean, I know they say it's equal, but it's equal on engine performance. Everything else is different. Chassis, aerodynamics, everything else is different. Okay, let's have a quick rundown of the. I did say, pause. Yeah, you've been knocked out by the width of a fag paper, mate. You know. If you were smoking stronger Rizzlers, mate, you would have got through. Right, there's a quick rundown. So, safely through to Q2. Sykes, Zany, Bingers, Towelie, Cookie Chip, Matt, Kai, Ralph, Skillen, T.R. Williams, Dizzy, AJ, JDP Apex, to the Max, Johnny B, oh mama, and Anstan all safely through. Pos misses out, as you can see, by 1/1000th of a second. Fresh LP, Ben Prime, Jimmo, and Sniper drop out. As you can see the gaps there, ladies and gents, it is so tight. Pos, if he had gone half a second faster, just half a second, would have been in third place. Wow. Alright, Q2. On we go. There started 20, now there are 15. Okay, the way Q2 works is the top 10, ladies and gentlemen, go through to Q3, but this qualifying session dictates which tyres those top 10 guys will start the race on. That's about as simple as I can make it. Let's see what happens. Yes, Bish, it's going to be interesting. Absolutely. Kai is the lead car, so we'll be on board with Kai. What do you think, mate? Q2, I mean, you mentioned it earlier on. You could see some really strange tyre choices here, but purely down to the fact that it's going to rain. So with that in mind,
Yeah.
who do you think's vulnerable? Or do you think they're all vulnerable of dropping out here?
Yeah, honestly, mate, with how close it was, Kai's almost lost it though.
Right there,
Maybe he's just trying to warm up his tyres.
Yeah.
But no, I think, honestly, barring the top three who are obviously Towelie, Bingley, Syke, I can't really put anyone else in a position yet.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Do you know what? I'm not even gonna make a prediction of who is going to get to the Q3, because we might even see some tactical decisions for guys not to set deliberately fast Q2 times. You know,
That's it.
it's gonna be discreetly a Wisebot level 27 upgrade. Aren't you lucky? Well done, dude. It all depends on when the rain actually comes. That's the big question of the race, says Rich Bishop, and he is hit nail right on head. Absolutely, Rich, you're totally right. But you do win an award for stating the obvious. Just kidding. You win the Towelie Award of the Week for stating the obvious. But no, you are right.
He will send you a medal in the post as well, so don't worry.
Yeah. Okay, let's jump on board with Kai as he starts his first flying lap in the Silver Hours. He's opting for the medium compound tyre. So let's see what Kai can do. Full on the throttle. He's got a car just coming out the pits in front of him that backs right off. That's Bingley. Through turn one. Full throttle going into the corner, then just apply the brakes, let the car drift out wide to the outside curb, which it does. Into the S's, this tricky part of the track. Dom, obviously you've had a lot of success this season in Division 3, so I can't speak for you. From my personal race on Thursday, I've used a really soft suspension, and I found that really helped me with the curbs, particularly around here. What sort of suspension did you use?
So basically, the front anti-roll bar was a 4, the rear was a 6, and then the top two on the setup, they were both 3.
Yep.
So obviously a lot of tracks I would normally just have 1 and 2 at the top. Okay. I can't remember what they're actually called now, but and then the ride height I had 3 and 4, but I have 3 and 4 for every track.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, normally it'd be 1, 2, 4, 6, 3, 4, but for Japan I went 3, 3, 4, 6, 3, 4.
Okay, I think I went 3-3, I believe. So it's quite a soft suspension. But I found that it allowed me, even with the hards, to use the curbs quite aggressively, where I've seen cars just touch the curb here and go with a hard suspension and go flying, basically. Okay, Dizzy's got Towley in front of him. Where's GDP Apex? Right, Apex is the next guy. He's on the hard, so he's going to go for the strategy. It looks like where he's going to run the tyres until it rains. As you said,
Can I just point out this? Syke and TRL Williams. Look at the times.
Oh wow, yeah, and Sykes on 2 compounds harder. Yeah. And that is not being disparaging TRL Williams. Don't get me wrong, not at all. That just shows literally just how fast Syke is. He can do sub 1 minute 30s on the hards. Apex is going again. Johnny B's at 1 minute 30 on the mediums. Towley's coming through Spoon. He's got AJ in front of him on the grass. But Towley's actually on a flyer, so we'll stay
to the max is coming over the line.
132.5 on the hards.
Oh, he's invalidated.
AJ's about to come over. Yes, it was invalidated. What can AJ? No, AJ's starting up now. A bit of a lag spike there from my perspective. So just looking for a car on a fast lap at the moment. Dizzy is about to cross the line on the mediums.
Towley just went third, 29.6.
Invalidate. That's a steady time in the mediums there from Towley. Bingers is now coming through 130R. Quite a few invalidations on this first one, by the way, as he comes through the Casio triangle. Yeah. Kai goes fastest at 129.2 on the mediums. What can Bingley do? Can Bingley match that? No, he can't. So only 129.5 on the mediums. Okay, interesting. Where's Cookie? Cookie is on a warm-up lap. Dizzy Barracuda is going again. He's coming through Degner 2. Maurice, right, we'll jump on board with Maurice going through Spoon. He's in car in front. Paul says in the chat, he owns up to his own inabilities. He got knocked out because he's absolutely dog shite. Fair enough. I'm not going to disagree with that. Okay, here comes to the max. Comes across the line. He improves quite well. He did a 32 and validated a 30.6 and half, which is perfectly respectable on the hard compound. Cookie's coming through sector 1. Skillen's coming through to the hairpin. Right, here comes Dizzy. As he said, a clean lap this time. Yeah, 29.4, third fastest. Showing some good pace there, Dizzy Barracuda.
Mercedes looking good.
Yeah. Skillen's coming down a 1-2 Spoon. Car gets out of the way there. Let's have a look at Skillen's line. It looks all quite tidy there, going through Spoon.
I've noticed that of all 3 divisions, I think Skillen is the only one who actually has that matching colour helmet to his car.
Is Sykes still wearing his pumpkin helmet?
He is, mate, yeah.
Okay, this looks pretty tidy actually from Skillen. He is on the hard tyre. It's like a mid 130. Yeah, 130.4. Puts him to 11th at the moment. Cookie is coming up. Excuse me, Cookie's coming up 130R. Coming towards 130R, I should say. So look at his split time. 112.8 at his split. Through the Casio triangle, gets on the power again. That horrible little bump just before the last corner, well, actually midway through the last corner. Cookie goes 4th fastest with the 29.4. Again, looking tight at the top there, looking really tight. AJ. No, AJ's on an in lap at the moment. So we've got a couple of guys on the out lap. T.R. Williams on an out lap. Where's Anstan? Anstan's just starting his flight, so we'll jump on board with Anstan. Discreetly says in the chat, he has a blue and pink helmet. Thank you very much. If you've got a blue and pink helmet, mate, particularly the blue bit, I would go down and see a doctor if I was you, mate, because there's something seriously wrong with you. Yeah, I think you need more than a bottle of night nurse to sort that problem out. Right, Anstan comes through the S's, all tidy so far through there, through the Dunlop curve on the power, as he comes up towards the Dagner corners. Ooh, bit of a wobble there, actually.
A bit wobbly there.
Yeah. Down to the hairpin. He took it in second gear in Q1. Is he going to stay in second or is he does third? Okay, so the reason why I said it is I noticed that Ben Prime normally takes the hairpin in third gear, and it's simply to avoid wheel spin coming out of the corner.
Oh, okay, this is what I mean about this league, mate. Everybody is, they all have very, very different driving styles, but also they all work. Do you know what I mean? Like, for example, some people can drop down to first and quickly jump up to second as they exit the corner. As you know, Ben goes in at third. It's very interesting to see. Like, for example, Syke and Bingley, they are two completely different drivers, but they're the top two.
Their
times are incredible.
Yeah. Well, here comes Amstan on the mediums, 29.7, 11th place for Amstan. Skillen is, where was it? 2R Williams, wasn't it? Yes, 2R Williams come down with Spoon. Syke Zoni says he has a pumpkin helmet, so I'm better than anyone. No, what I would say, in fact, I'd be more alarmed with the pumpkin helmet than I would be with Discreetly's blue and red helmet. If I had a pumpkin helmet, mate, I think you'd been watching too much. Was it American Pie? You know, sticking the old wanger in the old pumpkin pie.
No.
Yeah, so you got some issues, Syke. You really have, dude. You need to sort that out. Okay, 2R Williams around the final corner. 29.2.
Oh, nice.
Good lap indeed from 2R Williams. Syke's coming through the hairpin on the outlap. Is that Johnny B going through there? He's on that outlap. Matt's on the outlap. There's AJ. Right, I think Johnny B is going to be. Well, I don't know, Apex. I think it's going to be Apex, Johnny B, and then Matt, and then Syke, I think.
American Pie is older than Syke.
Of course, so the oldest one of all, though, of course, is Mustafa Shag. Of course, it wasn't American Pie in those days, it was British colonial pie in them days, 400 years ago. America didn't exist. Well, Apex, Sector 1 split is 8/10 up in his previous time, which he does need. He needs to find quite a bit more as well, so I'm sure he will do, as long as he doesn't make a mistake. He's got a Ferrari in front of him on an outlap. If I move out of the way there, you can see his mirror. No, my gaming chair's in the way. There we go. As he comes at the Spoon. Tidy exit through there. I wonder if AJ's just going to check his wing mirrors and get out of the way. Yeah, he does. Solid. Good track awareness there from AJ. Yeah, Apex has found a second, but he needs to find more. He needs to find more in the final sector. He needs to find an additional couple of tenths on this lap.
Yeah, good cut.
Always made a mistake, and he's in the pits.
Always pitted.
Yeah. Right, Johnny,
He should be coming out on the softs then.
I think he's going to have to, isn't he? Right, Johnny B was 3/10 up in his previous time. He's on the soft compound type. This, as long as it's not invalidated, we're getting comfortably into Q3, one would think. As he comes through the process chicane.
I was about to say, Anstan, who's Hutton?
Yeah.
Jensen Hutton.
Jensen Hutton. Did he play cricket for England back in the 1930s or something? I don't know. 28.2. It's the fastest we've seen so far from Johnny B. Tiny lap there. Matt now, wasn't it? Matt's actually not on a fast lap, so it'll be Syke. So he comes through 130R up towards the chicane. Syke currently sat in 4th place with a 29.3. This looks quicker. Yep, 28.7. Fastest so far on the mediums. I tell you who's in danger at the moment. He needs to get a lap sorted out. Is Bingley. Looking at the cut-offs there.
Yeah, he has just started his flyer.
One would imagine no mistakes and he'll be comfortably through, but we'll have to wait and see. Mistakes can happen. Almost ran onto the grass there.
Bit wobbly there.
At the Dunlop curve. He was really pushing this. So yeah, 6/10 up at the Sector 1 split, which is rapid.
That already puts him at 28.9.
Yeah, already. And he's going to probably find time in the final 2 sectors as well, isn't he? I'd imagine.
AJ.
28.6 on the softs. Goes fastest in Q2. in a drop zone at the moment is Towley and Stan. Towley's on a fly at the moment. We'll jump on board with Towley shortly. But Anstan, Skillen to the max, and JDP Apex all on out laps. In fact, to the max has just started his lap. So we'll go on to, as soon as Bingley's finished this lap, we'll go on to Towley. Towley's lost a little bit of time actually in Sector 2. He's still good though. Just lost a tenth or two in Sector 2, but this should be comfortably enough into Q3.
That was a nice chicane from Bingley there.
Yeah, 28.7, second fastest. There we go. So on board now with Towley as he comes across the finishing line. What speed has he made up? Not a huge amount. He's in 10th. He's on the cusp. He is on the cusp. And one would think with Anstan starting his flying lap now, Towley could be in danger here, dropping out of Q2.
Yeah.
Right, to the max is coming through towards Spoon. This little bumpy, fast right-hander before we get to Spoon. Let's see what you can do. The split time will come up as they pass through 130R.
Four seconds. 4 seconds, 4 attempts.
4 seconds. Now he's a second up, mate. He is flying. This is going to be a decent time. This is going to be... Well, actually, no, in saying that, he's on course for mid-29. This is going to be actually close. He uses that curb quite aggressively there. Let's see what he can do. Yeah, he's through.
29.1.
Towley's out. Unless he's... Is he going again? No, I don't think he is. Nope.
I don't think he is, mate, no.
Right, here comes Anstan. Cookie Chip goes fast as 28.3 on the soft. Anstan is 6/10 up, which he needs. This looks like it should be, as long as he doesn't make a mistake here, Anstan should be through the Q3 here. Track position more important than tyre strategy to some of these guys, I reckon, mate. Yep, Anstan is 3.6 fastest. Dizzy's now behind him. Where is Dizzy? We've got Ralph coming through and then Dizzy. Can Ralph from the mediums get himself up into Q3? No, he is out of qualifying. Here comes Dizzy. Dizzy is 8/10 up. This looks pretty comfortable for Dizzy. JDP Apex 28.0. Dizzy 28.4 goes third fastest. Ladies and gents, we're almost done. It's all down to Skillen. His split time is 3/10 up. He needs to find more than that. Nope.
No, you ain't got it in him. Nah.
That's it. So, that's interesting.
Exactly why I didn't want to predict it.
Yeah, that's exactly, mate. You hit the nail on the head. It is really... let's open this race up. T.R. Williams, Matt, Ralph, Towley and Skillen all eliminated from qualifying. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So we'll just wait for the final cars to cross the line, and then we can give you the rundown before we enter Q3. Okay, here we go. So JDP Apex fastest 28.0, Cookie 28.3, Dizzy 28.4, AJ 28.6. They will all start the race on the soft compound tyres. Then we've got Bingley and Syke, the fastest of the medium runners, in 5th and 6th. And then Johnny B and Anstan on the soft. Well done to Anstan getting through the Q3. To the Max and Kai are through. They will start on the medium tyres. So we can imagine looking for Bingley and Syke will have to watch their ring mirrors at the start for, you would think, if they're going to be starting the mediums, it'd be very interesting actually, with cars around them starting on soft compound tyres. And as you see there,
definitely.
Williams, Matt, Ralph, Towley and Skillen eliminated from Q2. So, and we're about to go running for the top 10 shootout. Of course, these guys, if they've got the tyres saved from the early qualifying sessions, they'll be able to do 2 runs on 2 fresh sets of softs. Some of them will, not all of them. In fact, I've got a sneaky feeling, Dom, the guys who ran softs in Q2 might only have 1 run to do in Q3.
Yeah, they will. They will.
Because they've probably used, 3 sets already, quite possibly.
In this sort of situation, where you would go out on the Q1 set first and then save the fresh set for the final run.
I was going to ask you actually, in your opinion, is this like real life where a scrub set can be initially as quick as a brand new set? Or is there an offset, a delta offset straight away?
So basically, your scrub set, mate, it will be about 5 to 6% wear on it. So yeah, there will be at least about three to four temps taken out of the tyre already. Depending on obviously the driver and blah blah blah. Yeah, there will definitely be a discrepancy in time.
Right, yeah. Okay, well we got Psychic. Looks like he's the lead car as he comes down towards the hairpin. As soon as he crosses the finishing line, we'll jump onto the TV pod camera to give you a driver perspective of the lap. Thanks for watching, everybody. By the way, if anyone new, don't forget to click the old follow button. Be much appreciated. And Cycling here coming up the back straight, just getting his tyres warmed up. There he's got Bingley behind him. Now, it'll be interesting from Bingley, is he going to be close enough to get a toe on the flyer?
He'll sit back.
Okay, let's jump onto the TV pod camera as Syke starts his first flying lap here in Q3. And away we go. I've not done an on-board lap from Syke actually around this, and it's been very interesting to see his lines, listen to his gear changes.
Yeah.
Oh, so smooth for the S's, look at that. That is like textbook stuff. Going towards the Degma curves. Pretty damn good so far, Dom, I have to say.
It amazes me how smooth his car looks when he drives. Just doesn't seem to put a foot wrong anywhere. It's almost as if his car is just gliding across the track.
It's just glued to the track almost, isn't it? Yeah. As he comes through Spoon, again, a very, very good exit from Spoon. A good entrance, high-speed entrance as well. As he comes up the back straight, absolutely flat out into 8th gear, approaching 200 miles an hour as he comes through 130R. And then heavy on the brakes into the Casio triangle. Uses that inner curb on both parts of the entrance and the apex. All looking nice and tidy. And it's a 28.0. Fastest lap so far. I think we've seen qualifying. I think Apex might have matched that actually in Q2. Bingley goes faster. 27.8, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, what a lap. Here comes Kai on his first run. It's a 28.4, tidy lap, puts him in third. Cookie Tip was just behind him in the Alfa Romeo. What can Cookie do? 28.9, puts him to fifth. We've got Johnny B, and he's got Anstan just behind him. Johnny B, 29.0. Anstan sets a 29.3. That's seventh fastest, and AJ's just started his fly, so we'll jump on board of AJ. What a lap! That's the first sub 1 minute 28 lap we've seen, I think, all weekend. Ben Price is the.
This is another dark horse, you know, AJ.
Yeah, he's always got pace. AJ's always got pace. He seems to. I'm not saying he causes incidents or anything like that. He just seems to sadly get involved with a lot of incidents. You know, he gets caught up in situations, and it hampers his race. And
yeah,
there's no doubt. I mean, I've seen AJ. Well, I mean, I know you sort of quite often party with him with F1. I've seen AJ on the stream set some blistering lap times. His pace has never been the question. I think for AJ, one almost thinks if he could get like a front row start, he would be off, and he could really challenge the leaders.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's tidy entry and exit. Oh, actually saying that, he just had to back off a little bit. Just went a little bit wide coming out of Spoon there. Just had to just lift off the throttle momentarily. Yeah, 12.7, not a great split time, I don't think, to be honest. Let's see what he's like coming through. Yeah, tidy through the Castle Triangle when he's coming into the pits. Okay, Dizzy Barracuda's just starting his first fly, so let's watch Dizzy come through the S's. Evening, Jackie. Gritmaster's in the chat, good evening. Ben Prime's in the chat. I'm having as many blasts on my vape as I can before I die an horrific death. That's a fair call.
You know the second Degner corner that Dizzy's just gone through?
Yep.
How do you take that? Do you use that curb or do you try and avoid it?
It's not how I take it, it's how it takes me. It takes me right up the chutney, mate. It's a tough record. Now what I do is, mate, I actually let the car, as I approach it, I use the inside curb, let the car run a bit wide, using the outside curb as well. It's high risk for reward. Kyle needs to get out of the way here, he's got a fast car behind him.
Very nice toe there for Dizzy, that is.
That works out well. In fact, I reckon they'll help each other because they're both in the Silver Arrows, aren't they? That's a definite bit of teamwork.
Exactly.
Yeah? Definite bit of teamwork. And this looks pretty tidy actually from Dizzy. It's a 28.4, 4 fastest, good lap.
Look at that.
Like
Mercedes doing well, mate.
They are.
No bias there.
They are indeed. Apex is out in the mediums. I wonder if it's his choice. He's saving softs for the race, maybe.
Without that, I think he'd just be setting a banker up, to be honest, mate.
Okay. Let's see what we can do. He comes up to cross-end chicane. Yeah, this is looking pretty tidy as well, actually. He was always coming to the pits. He didn't even want to set his banker. He's going to come in, change it, set his softs, and then come out. Pos is inferring that there's some cheating going on between the Silver Arrows. Alright, Dizzy, I think he's actually on an in-lap now, isn't he? Yeah. Right, to the Max is on that outlap going through the S's. Johnny B is coming down towards Spoon, and Stan is the lead car. Zombie, good evening. As Anstan gets his car all prepped for his second run in Q3. Well, that reminds me, actually, I need to...
I'm expecting to see Anstan in the within 3rd and 7th.
We're about to find out. Race not started yet.
Inquiry.
Currently in Q3 at the moment. Just watching Anstan go through the Dunlop curve there towards the Degners. Oh, he's lost it, he's lost it, he's lost it, he's lost it, he's in the wall, and that's it. Qualifying is over for Anstan. Unlucky. He lost it coming through Degner 1, couldn't recover the car in time. So Anstan is out of qualifying. RIP Anstan. Have we found the new Stanley Corner at Japan? Johnny B.
You know what? That was hashtag Anstan's fault.
Yep, absolutely. Stick it to chat. Absolutely. Traction sector 1. I think Johnny B's further up the road. Yeah, Johnny's just coming out of Spoon up towards the back straight towards 130R. I'm trying to work out if I can move that logo at all. Is it in the way? It's not really in the way there, is it? That's alright. Okay, here comes Johnny B. Can he improve on his times? Was 29.0, I think so. Yeah, 28.7. Jumps Cookie into 6th place. AJ's in sector 1. I think it's to the Max, wasn't it?
So the Max could sneak in between those Mercs here, you know.
This is looking tidy, isn't it? Oh, he's went a bit wide. Gone third fastest, mate.
He's gone fast. He's gone quicker than both.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yes. Great time left into the racks. AJ, where's AJ? Coming through sector 2. Oh, Jesus Christ, you almost hit Cookie. That was close. Jesus. He was trying to get just that split second toe off Cookie, and I was like, he's not going to get out, and he's not going to move in time. Referring to AJ, of course, but let's see what AJ can do as he comes around the final corner. He has got time for one last, but his D-Rex has gone. 28.6 puts him into 6th place. Kai is going faster. Where's Syke and Bingus? Okay, they're in sector 1, so we'll jump on board of Kai as he comes through the first part of Spoon. So he was a 10th up on his previous time, so looking to try and jump to the max to get himself on the second, onto the right line in the second row. He's already on the second row. 3 tenths up, so he's going considerably quicker. He could even challenge Syke here. This is looking mighty. It really is. Oh, just outside Syke's time. Just outside. 28.1. Where's Syke and Bingus? Right, Syke is the lead car. Let's watch Syke now as he comes up the back straight. Good evening, Gaza B. Syke's 4 tenths up, mate. This is lightning. He is 4 tenths up in his previous time. Split at sector 2. 2 corners to go. Through the Cassio triangle safely. Gets on the power nice and early. Takes an inside line. Less track to go around. 27.6. But here comes Bingus. Bingus is not going to do it, is he? No.
Oh, he didn't improve.
He pretty much matched his previous time. AJ's not going well. About Cookie Chip? No, Cookie Chip is down. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Syke Zaney with an absolutely excuse me. Oh my God, a stunning 27.6 to take pole. That's an amazing time, Dom. That's from both him and Bingley. 28 and Bingley with 27.8. I mean, to give you an idea, most leagues out there, Kai would be comfortably in pole to 28.1. Which in itself is a very good
definitely.
lap. You know what I mean? So I think the guy who's going to be most disappointed out of all those is JDP Apex, because in Q1 he almost set a 128 flat in Q1. I think it was at 20,
he did, didn't he?
Yeah, was it a 128.053, I think it was, or something like that, and he just has not been able to replicate that pace in
Quite
Q3.
nearly ended his career, ended his race there. Sorry.
Well, did he also the pit lane?
Who was it? The pit lane.
Oh man. Yeah, that was a pretty stunning lap from Syke. Discreetly, I totally agree. I mean, wow. I mean, Bingley too. You know, 20. But oh, and Cookie Chip goes into the back of JDP's Apex's car.
Oh, that's
now.
Oh, he's in ninth place anyway.
He's finished. Yeah, he's crossed the finish line. So, yeah, thankfully. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well done, Syke, by the way. Great lap. That's qualifying done and dusted, ladies and gentlemen. I'll just give you a quick rundown and then I'm going to go for my nicotine break. Okay, so Syke takes pole with an absolutely stunning 127.6. Bingley a 127.8. An amazing lap there from Bingley. Another front row lockout for those two guys as they battle for the championship. Kai Pollitt, an excellent third place. To the max, fourth. That's the highest to the max has been, I think, for a long, long time. Dizzy Barracuda in the sister Mercedes in fifth. AJ in sixth. Johnny B in 7th, Apex in 8th, Cookie Chip in 9th, and Amstan in 10th place. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the grid order for the start of the race. I'm going to go for a cigarette break. I'm going to pop the intermission screen, and I'll leave you to it. Discreetly says, so I can't have banter with Syke. Handstand called the fun police. Of course you can have banter. This is my stream. You can do what you want. Well, as long as I say it's okay. Right, there's the intermission screen. Dom, if you can give us some words.
I was going to say, unfortunately, I'm actually a moderator for you guys as well. So.
Yeah, because Dom is a moderator in my chat, so he can, and as is Poz as well. Absolutely. I'm going to go for a quick break, mate. So if I'll leave the guys with you to say a few words of wisdom, and I'll see you in a couple of minutes.
And so it's just us. Yay! I love being by myself. Let's have it then, guys. It's the same every week. Let's hear what your guys in the chat's predictions are. Sykes Lewis. When do we think the rain will appear, to be honest, guys? They said obviously it's going to be... They said it was going to be light rain. They said, I actually saw in the chat that Syke was saying that it could even happen right at the start, like it did in Monza. So, you never know. The guys on the soft tyres may have made the right call, but then if they haven't, then yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be very hard to predict. Obviously, you guys have gone for Syke, Bingley, Towley. It's just gone for Kai, obviously, Mercedes bias. Well done, Bishop. That's what I like to see. But no, I think Vulcan, I think you may have hit the nail on the head there. If Towley can stay out of trouble and clear all the traffic in front of him, I think you'll definitely hit the top three as well.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Who have we got then in the chat for the win?
That's right, discreetly.
Yeah. Vulcan goes for Syke, Bingley and Towley top three. Well, Towley's got his work cut out, that's for sure. Kai goes Bish, good call. The weather is on this game so predictable, so who knows, said discreetly. Amen to that. Anstan reckons the
I was just asking them.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. That's just what I was going to say. I was just asking them when they actually think the weather's going to be coming in, because obviously that's why discreetly's gone with it's unpredictable. You never know.
Yes.
It could be at the start, it could be at the end, it might not even turn up at all.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There was a slight echo coming for your mic there. Okay, I think it's gone.
You have to speak quieter than me.
All right, just a quickie also for tomorrow, I've got to speak to Pos. I think there's a special, we're going to try and set up a special event, a Monday night special tomorrow night, and if we do, it will be streamed, but somewhere else. It's going to be streamed live on YouTube. We're going to do a test stream on YouTube, provided we can get it all up and running through my Twitch and Streamlabs, and make sure, if you're not already subscribed, subscribe to our RRF1 official YouTube channel. I'll bang the link up before the stream ends tonight, and that's the plan as it stands at the moment. Got to talk to Pos, but if we do, Pos will no doubt be putting an announcement up on the page tomorrow on our Facebook page, and all going well, fingers crossed, live stream on YouTube tomorrow night, so you can chat away to your heart's content on there as well. Who have you got down for the win tonight, Dom?
Honestly, mate, with who we've got as the top two spots, I can never predict a Sunday night. You just never know with Syke and Bingley. I think it will be one of the two. I think Vulcan made the right call with Towley being in the top three as well. If he can obviously stay out of trouble and clear all the traffic, he will be a top 3.
Absolutely, I totally agree with that. So that was going to be my next question. Taking Syke and Bingley aside, who else has got the pace, the nous to break in, to break those two up? Tally would be the obvious choice, but I know from last season he said he didn't enjoy the wet at Japan. I don't know what it's like for this season. I'll have to wait and see. Matt's normally quite quick. Kai can be, he's almost like a super version of Anstan. He can be lightning fast, but he is prone to making the odd mistake every now and again. I don't know.
That's it, yeah.
Oh man, it's going to be a tough one tonight.
That's the problem with Sundays, mate. They're so hard to call.
This is such a good
because everybody
league,
is so close to each
absolutely.
other.
Right, we're about to go back to Japan, ladies and gents. The formation lap is just about to start, so let's get back straight with the action. There we go. Obviously a dry start to the race, we think. It looks dry at the moment. Let's get some telemetry up and running. Quick reminder of the tyre choices as well. There we go. So we've got some interesting choices there. Now, quite a few guys outside the top 10 have opted for softs. Are they thinking the rain's going to come early? So they can go from softs straight onto
Yeah,
inters?
if they've got softs on, they definitely believe that's going to happen.
Okay. So the rain could literally decide this race on terms of strategy for those guys. In some interesting calls, Fresh, Ben Prime, Jimmo and Sniper, they're going for a safety first option. They're going to run the mediums until the rain comes, no doubt, as is T.I. Williams and Ralph as well. So yeah, very, very interesting. Okay, so those are the tyre. In fact, we'll stick with that, the tyre choices at the moment. The timing screen, as you guys will probably know from watching the streams before, does go a bit chaotic for the first couple of laps. It shows people being lapped and all sorts of crap. Hopefully that will sort itself out. I think it's going to be a fascinating race.
Yeah, mate, it's going to be battles. It's going to... from third down, it's just going to be a train, I think.
Well, for all those cars from Dizzy all the way down, I reckon, to Pos, I just saw a flash of lightning on the screen. Rain is not far away. We had lightning there. And if you guys saw that rain means
what?
Rain is imminent.
You did not.
I did, mate. Rain is imminent. Lucy's in the chat, the stream's very delayed tonight. Yeah, I'm doing I think the reason behind that is because I'm trying to do a 1080 stream tonight, so there might be a longer delay. It takes a little bit, a couple of seconds longer for the to Streamlabs to encode the data,
mate,
to actually upload it. Is it raining now?
Is that rain?
Let's have a little look.
It is, I think it is.
Wow.
It is?
It is raining. Yes. Yes, it's raining, ladies and gents. We've got rain already. Wow. The soft runners could be in business here. Oh my god, that's the worst camera angle known to mankind. We'll have to rate to get a good camera angle. Oh man, this is horrible. Let's wait for the cars to line up. There we go. Right, watch for the lights, ladies and gents. Trying to get a good camera angle. We have to jump on board with Dizzy's car. There's 2 lights, there's 3 lights, there's 4 lights. It's holding them for an awful long time, but it's go, go, go! And Kai got a bad start. He's going to be very vulnerable. Max has already passed Kai. We've got AJ going at the inside as well to turn 1. Bingley and Sykes side by side. Let's jump on board with the leaders. I think Bingley's has got the jump on Sykes. Yes, he has. Bingley's takes the lead. Sykes in second. Max is third. Kai Pollitt in fourth. Who are the big moves and shakers? Not a lot going on. Matt's overtaken T.O. Williams. So far, all safely through the S's. Some good driving there. Again, that just shows the calibre of racing, Dom, doesn't it, really?
Exactly, mate.
Okay, but a great start from Bingley. He had to get the jump on Sykes, and he has done so. The question is, how grippy will this track be as the rain starts to come down here at Suzuka? JDP Apex all over the back of Johnny Bravo, as you can see there. Cookie Chip and Anstan going side by side, and Cookie Chip's got the move done. He moves himself up to 9th place. Pos moves in front of Fresh LP. Cars going side by side here, coming through towards Spoon. On board with Anstan. He's just trying to cover off Matt there. A little bit wide going through Spoon. Cookie's ran wide, and Anstan goes back at the inside of Cookie. Slight contact, and Anstan gets the move done again. Wow, look at that train. And Johnny B up the inside of Dizzy Barracuda, and he backs out there. But look at this battle here. Cookie, Chip and Handstand side by side, still going through 130R. Cookie's off the track. Oh, give me a... Come on, Codes, give me an angle. Give me an angle. Handstand's got back in front of Cookie. I wonder if Cookie get that position back, because he was completely off the track. He was kind of squeezed off the track, to be fair. Cookie having a run at the outside of Handstand. Great battle here. Cookie's ran wide again. Handstand holds him off. Looking back at JDP Apex. Johnny B all over the back of Dizzy. It's so close, mate. So the Max is really pressurising Skillen as well. Psych Zaney having a good battle there. The timing screen's a little bit delayed, actually. It's not as close as I thought it was.
Yeah, I think it is, mate.
Yeah.
Towley though, just wanted to point out Towley's actually got wing damage, missing his left end plate.
Oh, that's not
He's the
good.
only one out of all the drivers.
He's going to be hoping the rain comes very much, the heavy rain comes sooner rather than later, so he can do a change onto Inters, get rid of that wing. Because we're just drifting back up through the pack as they all come through the hairpin up towards Spoon. It's all pretty much as you were at the moment. Johnny B is pretty close, but tucked in behind Dizzy Barracuda. No DRS yet. That'll be activated next lap. Towley is all over the back of Ralph, as you can see. He is suffering from left front end plate. That caused him to run wide. But Spoon, but holds position. Johnny B all over the back of Dizzy Barracuda. Again, timing screen's delayed.
Pause on the back of Towley.
We'll jump on board with Pos. Being the sets fast snap of the race, not surprisingly, as he's out in front. DRS is activated now. Here comes Pos, going to have a run at Towley. Going in towards turn one, he's drafted him down the start-finish straight. Is he going to pull to the inside now? He's going to tuck in behind him. Towley's he's going to be struggling in the corners though, particularly sector one's going to be very tricky for him. So far so good though, he's managed to hold it together through the S's, very difficult part
Yeah, he's still stuck in there.
Yeah. Some great battling here down in the lower positions at the moment. Just going to stay on, but going to keep my eye on the leaders. Oh, Pos has run wide. Just managed to recover, but Towley and Skillen have got past him. Pos running right there at the exit of the S's. Easily done. I wonder if that track is already starting to get greasy now, Dom.
Yeah, I could just see that, mate. It's,
Cookie.
What's his name? Telemax has started to drop off now as well.
Cookie gave Handstand the right old squeeze there. That's allowed T.O. Williams to possibly go around the outside of Handstand, which he does. No, he doesn't. No, sorry, that was Matt, my mistake. Matt goes around the outside there, the Haas. T.O. Williams tucked in behind them. Wow, so it's already sectors 1 and 2 yellow flags. Now, what's happened there? Kai into the Max. Oh, wow, look at that. Kai gets third place, sweeps around the outside to the Max, going through 130R. Psych Zaney, 5-second penalty for track extension. Kai Pollitt as well.
Kai Pollitt as well.
Wow. It's coming out the chicane, isn't it? It's been obviously very harsh in them there.
Yeah.
I mean, Kai's trying to stick it in there. He's 1.7 seconds down at the moment. He's trying his best to try and keep in touch with Syke and Bings. We're going to jump on board with Syke and Bingley, though. Just a couple of tenths covering now as they come through the latter part of the
it will be interesting to see. Be interesting to see if he can actually catch up to these guys now with the Max behind him.
You can see the rain there splashing off the track there as these guys come through Degnev's 1 and 2.
Cookie.
Oh, look at those three cars there. Cookie, JDP Apex and Matt. Cookie is the lead car
Just
there.
done JD Apex before the Degners.
Good move there. From going through the Dunlop curve there from Cookie. Oh, and Apex has run very wide. He's on the gravel. He's going to lose positions there. He's going to lose a lot of positions. And he's got gravel all over his tyres. Oh, that's disastrous there. He's going to drop right the way down. Yep, that's what the yellows are in Sector 2. T.I. Williams, meanwhile, is right on the back of Anstan as they're coming towards Spoon.
I would like to kind of find out what happened to Benjamin. He's so far behind compared to everybody else.
Yeah, he's had an incident somewhere. Well, he hasn't pitted. So, well, I can only imagine he's had a major incident and he's just trying to nurse it through.
He doesn't have wing damage. That's what's confusing.
Right, Poz is all over the back of Skillen. In fact, Skillen's all over the back of Towley, actually. Here comes Poz. They're trying to get some positions back. This is where, of course, he died in Cheated Track Trials. Looks like he's going to get the move done here. Yes, indeed. Poz moves back up to 14th place again. Meanwhile, look at this battle here. T.R. Williams, Anstan, and Ralph Towley. Wow. 4 cars so close. Towley keeping a watching brief here, waiting for one of these guys to make a mistake. Towley trying to nurse his damaged left end plate at the moment. Revving really high in 3rd gear. They're trying to get the traction there to come up through towards the Dunlop curve, up towards the Degners. To the Max is all over the back of Pod. This is a real train here. This is a real train. From to the Max. In fact, Sniper's on the back of this as well, going all the way up to T.R. Williams. Kai is still holding these guys, the leaders as well. Bingley and Sykes only just under a second between those two. Kai 1.5 seconds behind. He is holding station. On board with Skillen here, looking forwards from Skillen's car, as you can see. As Ralph got past Anstan, he has coming out of Spoon. Anstan is fighting. Here comes Towley. Towley's got some great speed there. Is he going to try and thread the eye of the needle? Surely not. He's having a look. He is having a look. Oh, it's contact. Ralph, contact there. There's Ralph Anstan now. Did Ralph gain an unfair advantage there? That's the question. Switchback though from Ralph. Oh, what a great switchback from Ralph. I think he's going to get the move done. Anstan comes into the pits.
Anstan's pitted.
All these cars of DRS. The question is Anstan going on? Has he got wing damage? Is he just going on to the Inters now? Inters going on.
Oh, where did Poz come from, by the way?
He's shot through.
It was Towley behind Ralph, wasn't it?
He lost a couple of places. He's shot back through again. He did lose places. Do you remember he ran into the gravel just right? Well, not quite right here. It's about 2 corners on. He gravelled it here, coming out the farther part of the S's. That was, what, 2 laps ago? But Anstan, the first to jump onto the Inters, he's made the early call. Poz being quite, as you can see, they're quite hesitant on the throttle going through Degman 1. The car's trying to twitch away. Skillen has got past Towley, but here comes Sniper at the inside to the hairpin. Oh my god, they were so close. They have all those rubbing wheels. Has Sniper got the move done? Skillen's fighting back. Skillen's got better traction. Towley, of course, hampered by that wing, but he's still trying to hang it in there, going around the outside of Sniper, coming towards Spoon. We'll just stay on board with this one just momentarily, then I'll scroll back up to the field. Towley exits Spoon. Will he have a good run at Sniper here? Because Towley, as I say, I saw Jimmo left session. Dom, can you try and invite Jimmo back in if you can?
In a second.
Cheers, Rich. I saw it and completely forgot about it, mate. But thank you for reminding me in the chat there, dude. Oh, and Sniper's completely missed out the final chicane. He's going to have to let Towley through, otherwise he's going to get a penalty, which he does. And he gets a DRS on Towley. I think Towley's got DRS as well. And after this, we'll go back up through the field. Yeah, let's do the field now. Okay, so Poz all over the back of Ralph at the moment. T.R. Williams having a solid drive in 10th. Matt in 9th. Cookie is in front of him. There's that train, Cookie. You spotting something, dude?
That's alright. Sniper was just wobbling a little bit in the S's there. I think the track's starting to get a little bit sticky now.
It is, yeah. I didn't know if you'd spotted something or we just stubbed your toe or something. just in the background. There's a 5-way dance here from Cookie all the way up to AJ. You're right though, it is getting a bit slippery now. Ben Prime has also made the decision to come on the Inters. The crazy thing is, Ben Prime is 2/3 of a lap down on these guys. I'm not sure what's happened to him. Is he sandbagging to try and stay in Division 2 next season?
Probably.
Well, here comes Cookie, making a move from Johnny B. He's got a great overspeed in the Alfa Romeo, coming towards 130R. Is it still full throttle through there? Indeed it is. They're still ploughing through there. Great move by Cookie. Gets the job done. Moves himself up into 7th place. But Dizzy Barracuda and To The Max are locked in mortal combat at the moment. Both got DRS though. Johnny B into the pits, and he picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. We have seen that all weekend, Dom. Cars getting caught out by that tight pit entrance, and the penalties.
It does come at you very quickly.
It does, mate. It's remember Monza, isn't it? And Bahrain are similar as well. It just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You're not missing any action up front, by the way. Bingley has opened up a gap of just over a second to Syke Zaney. Kai, they've just started to slowly drop Kai now. Kai 3.3 seconds down. And then we've got this kind of train from AJ all the way back to, AJ to the max, Dizzy Barracuda, Cooper Chip and Matt all within the sort of second half of each other. Bit of a gap back to Tiara Williams in 9th. And we've got Ralph in 10th, Pos 11th, Towley a 3-second penalty. Now, for the soft runners, they're going to have to be coming in soon, aren't they? I think probably in the next 3 or 4 laps max, I think. The question is, do they put slicks,
you would believe so, mate.
Do they put slicks back on? That's the question. That's the dilemma.
Well, both Anstan and... so we've got Johnny Bravo, Anstan and Benjamin's Prime all on the Inters at the moment.
We need to see what their pace is like, see if they're dropping off the back. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Anstan plus 30, Ben Prime plus 40. Johnny B plus 8 on Jimmo, so in fact Jimmo though it's AI mode for Jimmo, so it's going to be kind of hard to gauge the pace of those Inters runners.
Ben's come in, Ben's pitted.
Oh, he's coming again. Oh man, he's having a nightmare. Syke meanwhile has got the gap back down to under a second on Bingley. Of course we've still got DRS as well.
Yeah, Ben's put slicks on. Johnny's the Inters are nowhere near ready yet.
Oh, Cookie has got past Dizzy Barracuda going through the S's. Wow, that's a brave move, but it's job done. And he's already closing up behind. He's closing up behind to the max as well already. But let's jump on. Oh, it's Sniper is all at the back of Towley again. These two have been swapping places in the last few laps. Of course, Towley running with the wing damage. Pos is now much closer to Ralph, just 0.4 per second. Johnny B has lost it as Pos comes through Degner 2 with Ralph.
Yeah, Anstan's struggling on his Inters, but he's trying to stick it out.
He's hoping that the rain gets heavier, otherwise his race is really compromised. It does seem to be getting a little bit heavier, to be fair. Pos going around the outside of Ralph and towards speed. This is a brave move. What a move by Pos, but Ralph, he's lost it though. Whoa, he carried too much speed to the corner, couldn't get the grip, and Ralph takes the position back. A good shout though by Pos. It was a ballsy move in the damp conditions. But he's having another look here. Let's jump on board with his TV Podmo going up towards 130R. Ralph though taking defensive line through. They're taking the inside line. Pos has to yield. Meanwhile, Syke is all over the back of Bingers now. Matt's all over the back of Dizzy Barracuda. Bingley and Syke coming through the S's. Oh, slightly lacking at the back of Bingers' car. That could just be my connection. Yellow's in sector 2. I'm just looking at the timing screen. I can't see anything obvious there at the moment. You're right about Anstan there. He is dropping off so much. Yeah, it's Anstan. He has dropped off completely. I think it's Anstan there in sector 2. Yeah, he's going to have to come in and stick some slick tyres on. I mean, the call now would be to run mediums, wouldn't it? I suppose, if you can, as long as you can get the temperature into the tyre, is run the mediums. Would you say, or would you go for the softs again, gamble, and then hope the rain gets heavier?
Your safe bet would be to put the mediums on, mate, just in case.
Cookie has got to Max made a mistake in the hairpin, and that's allowed Cookie and Dizzy Barracuda through. And Matt is all over the back of this as well now. It's going to take Max a little bit of time to. Oh, look at the overspeed Matt's got. This is going to be almost a spoon. This is almost a three-way dance. Wow! Great drive in. Whew! That was sort of harem scarum stuff, that was, dude. Wow. Anstan picks a 5-second penalty for corner cutting.
Yeah, he's pitting.
Yeah. He's got to get rid of those tyres. That rain is definitely coming heavier though, dude. It is definitely getting heavier. We're seeing, as you can see there on board Matt's car on the camera, a lot of water dribbling down the camera.
AJ and Cookie
AJ.
pitting.
Cookie, AJ and Cookie in the pits. Right, okay, we've got Dizzy Barracuda to the max side by side. Looks like to the max with DRS is going to get the move. And of course, DRS still activated. Obviously, the stewards don't believe it's wet enough yet to deactivate it, but Dizzy's coming back at Dizzy to the max. They're going for the S's almost side by side there. Dizzy just backs off a little bit. That allows Matt to get very close behind Dizzy. I mean, this part of the track is, you imagine this in the wet is bad enough, but in the wet on slicks, wow.
Yeah, this is very strange because AJ's come out on the mediums, but the rest of them are all coming out on the inters.
Yeah, we got some real strategy choices. Towley's Towley's come out on the mediums. He's in the pits. Jimmo and Apex are all choosing the medium compound tyres. As you say, AJ is struggling because Cookie's got past him straight away on the inters.
Yeah.
The gap between AJ and TRL Williams is 6 seconds now. AJ's on the mediums and TRL's on the inters, so we'll keep an eye on that timing screen. But this is interesting, really, is because you've got fresh LP now on quite old mediums, Cookie's on fresh inters, AJ's on fresh inters, and they're all... Oh, but I've got to go back to the top. Sykes, Zany and Bingers, they are a 10th covering those two cars. What are they staying out? Sykes making the call. Sykes coming into the pits. Bingley stays out. Let's just stay on board with Sykes, see what tyre choice he goes for.
It would have to be in those, wouldn't it?
Let's have a little look. Indeed, it is.
He's got a 5-second penalty, hasn't he?
Yes, he had that earlier on, didn't he? Yes, I remember that now. Inter's going on to Syke then, which is going to allow Kai... Will Kai jump in? No, Kai's pitted as well. They're all coming in now. Matt's in.
I think Kai may still get in, though. Yeah, Kai's jumped in, I think. Oh, no, he hasn't. No, sorry.
Yeah, it confused me as well, because Kai's in the pits as well.
Yeah.
Right, they're all switching to the inters, so AJ's call might be... Yeah, AJ's come in as well, so AJ's basically lost himself a pit stop there. They're all coming in, switching into the inters tyres. The only guy left
see,
on
look at that.
slicks is Bingers.
Cookie went in at the right time, mate.
He did.
Cookie's just jumped Kai.
And AJ made the mistake of coming in a lap too early and putting mediums back on. Oh, we got a spinner! We got a spinner!
Spinning.
It's... who is that?
It was Anstan.
It was Anstan. Oh, he's a lap down, isn't he? And Towley has got back past his teammate. Towley, of course, with the fresh wing on there as well. So we're looking to make some places up now. This is really shaking things up. Here comes Ralph on the back of Skillen. To the max has dropped to 6. Kai Pollitt is in 4th. Cookie is the big winner, up to 3rd now. Watching Bingley as he comes through 130R. Is he going to pit? He needs to try and cover Syke off, surely. Because Sykes gaining already. The gap 26.5 seconds. 2-0. Williams gets past to the max. Bingley into the pits. Now, all eyes now on Syke to see does he jump him? Syke coming up the back straight towards 130R. Yellow's in sector 2. And that could be
Syke's
Ralph.
Gone wide.
Oh, he has gone a bit wide there, didn't he? Yes, he did.
I don't think he's done it.
Let's have a little look.
Bingley's already on his way back out again.
Bingley is cruising down the pit straight. Here comes Syke. Yeah, I think Bingley has held position comfortably. Yeah. Bingley there. In fact, you can just see Bingley's car there just going around T1 there from Syke's perspective. DRS is now disabled. So that's worked out really well for Bingley.
He's giving him a 3-second extra gap to what he had.
Well, he had that 5 second
4
stop.
seconds.
Syke had the 5 second stop go, didn't he? He had the 5 second. That's been crucial. It'd be interesting to see now whether Syke can get back on terms with Bingley. Ralph's come in the pits. He's got damage. Anstan's back in the pits again. Oh, it's not gone well for Anstan or Ben Prime, the two guys coming up from Division 2. They've had their chastening experiences so far. AJ passes fresh LP for 12th, 15th from the start-finish straight. Dizzy is all over the back into the max. We'll jump on board with that battle. To the max in 7th in the Williams. Dizzy having a good drive in the Merc in 8th place. I tell you who's having a good drive is Kai Pollitt. He qualified well and he's showing good race pace as well.
Johnny, he has for sure, mate.
Yeah, Johnny B is left the session, but he's already out of the race, so we won't bother sending him an invite. Now, an interesting situation developing here between AJ, Fresh LP and Tally. Will AJ try and help his teammate here a little bit? We'll just jump on board with that battle. We'll look at it from Towley's perspective, and we'll jump on board the TV pod camera. And they've got Sniper a couple of seconds up the road as well. This isn't for the points at the moment, but we will just watch this one for a little bit. Got Yellows again in Sector 1. In fact, we're going to jump off that one now and jump on board with Skillen, who is just behind Dizzy Barracuda, who himself is just behind to the max. And Kai Pollitt is keeping Cookie Chip very honest there. Dizzy's made a mistake. They're coming out of the cross-centre chicane. That's going to allow Skillen to have a little run here, perhaps around the outside. Dizzy has recovered, but Skillen's going to draft him now. Dizzy goes defensive, middle of the track, watching in the ring mirrors to see which way Skillen goes. Skillen goes through the inside. This is a ballsy move to turn 1 in the wet. Oh, Skillen, what a move. He's going to get the move done. Can he hold it under braking? Can he get the traction out the corner?
Dizzy's coming back.
Dizzy's coming back, but I think, a bit of a squeeze there from Skillen. Bit of a squeeze there, but I think that was legit. Yellow's in Sector 2. So, great move from Skillen. Ballsy move that was. Back now with Fresh, Towley and AJ battling. Anstan picks up a 3-second time penalty. And Kai staying within a second of Cookie Chip as well. So far, Sykes making no impression on Binger's lead. It's staying at just over 4.5 seconds as it stands at the moment. But both of them are pulling away from Cookie. Been an exciting race, Dom. I'll tell you what, it's all been happening.
It has.
It's just amazing driving.
Normally, you come into Sunday League, Sunday Division, mate, and it's just static because everybody. Yeah, but not tonight.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. You could almost. And Anstan's gone. Yeah, Anstan's.
It's a shame for Anstan that.
Yeah, he has had a bad race though. Right, Skillen is all over. Skillen's had a good pace all over the back of the max. I know what you mean, Dom. You could almost use the wrong word, and that is monotonous. It's never monotonous, but it's. If someone said Division 1's monotonous, you could understand what they mean, but they've said it the wrong way, if that makes any sense, because those guys, they will race nose to tail for 20 laps without an overtake, because they're that good. Because they can just sit behind a car without quite having the pace to make the overtake, if that makes any sense.
That's it.
But it's amazing
but they can just
driving.
They can sit so close nose to us and not touch each other at all. It is amazing to watch.
Yeah. Whereas
obviously, if you're an F1 fan, you will enjoy it more than someone who isn't. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, if you are a genuine F1 fan, and this is not blowing smoke at anyone's arse here, not my own arse or anything. Sunday night on Beer.tv is the place to be to watch proper F1 style racing, without a doubt. These guys can do it, and Skillen's making a move on him to the max. Is he going to get the move done? He is to the max on a little bit wide at Dunlop curb. Had to just dab the brakes there to avoid going into the gravel, and Skillen took advantage of that. Skillen is a feisty mofo. We've seen him do some really aggressive overtakes and legitimately good overtakes. Towley has got past Sniper at the Dunlop curve, same part of the track as well.
See, I would have never have thought that was an overtaking position, mate, especially Dunlop in the wets.
Wow, yeah. Although actually, do you know what, in saying that, I would say it's probably more likely to do an overtake at the Dunlop curve in the wets than it is on slicks.
Yeah.
Because you've just got that bigger window where the car you're pressurising can make that, not a big mistake, just a very slight mistake, like you saw
JDB Apex on fresh.
Skillen. Let's watch that one, and that could be job done. And it is. Apex moves up into 14th position. What else we've got on track at the moment? Let's go back onto broadcast mode. Now, Syke is now starting to catch Bingley. In fact, he's taken a second and a half out of Bingley in a lap and a half. Syke's in the charge.
Yep. We've got 7th to 9th, mate, in the battle at the moment.
Let's jump on board with, we'll go on broadcast mode, central all Sniper, big extension.
How?
5-second penalty. Did you see it?
They're giving out some harsh penalties tonight, mate. I don't believe that they're 5-second penalties.
Well, I think the screen said that in the chat earlier on. Cutting a little bit of the corner like it does at Spa, giving a ton of penalties. Towley's on the back of AJ. Got that 2 Ferraris line astern. as they're coming through the S's. Bit of echo through your mic again, dude. I'm sorry. Pos is up in the points now, by the way. Pos up to 10th place. We missed that for the pit stops. That's worked out quite well for Pos. Where are we? Syke then within 3 seconds now of Bingers, but they've opened up a 13-second gap over Cookie. He's having a solid drive in third. Kai's still trying to hang in there, just over a second behind. He's keeping in touch with Cookie. 3 seconds back to Matt. Then we've got T.R. Williams and 6. Skillen, who has dropped to the max. Now we've got Dizzy Barracuda, who are going to make a move on to the max as they're coming up towards 130R. Not quite close enough there to make a move.
Having a quick look.
Tally all over the back of AJ as they also come up towards 130R. I know those guys are in party together. Will Tally be saying, AJ, I can go quicker. Get out, let me through, bro. I can go quicker. And AJ's like, fuck off. Oh, Tally spun! Tally spun! No. It's not happening. Oh, commentator's curse.
That's the curb. That's that little
that little kink,
bump in the road.
Bump in the road. Yeah, it catches. It is horrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh no! So Tanner's going to have to come into the pits, and that's going to drop him down to 17th by the time he's pitted. Oh, disastrous! Dizzy Barracuda is still all back to the max. Kai Pollitt is back within a second again of Cookie Chip in the battle for the final podium slot. Very quiet in the chat at the moment, ladies and gents. We're absolutely enthralled by this racing. JDP Apex is really close to Sniper. Let's jump on board with that particular battle coming out through Degner 2 under the bridge down towards the hairpin. Oh, excuse me. Big yawn there. Dizzy is ever so close now to the max. Let's jump on board with them as they're coming up through 130R. I think Dizzy's going to look to make a move here. They're side by side. I think Dizzy's going to get the move done as they enter 139. Yeah. Yes, they do. Fastest lap of the race so
really
far
is looking
Bingley.
Impressive tonight.
Sorry, say that again, dude.
So Kai really is looking impressive tonight, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Absolutely. That's just for Jock if you're watching it. Bingley holds the fastest lap of the race, which I'd imagine will not be beaten as they're in the wet conditions. 33.2. Let's go back on to the interval. That's the actual gap back from the leader, ladies and gents, to give you an idea. Ben Prime has been lapped. Ralph is 1 minute 10, so you'd say he's basically about 30 seconds or so in front of Bingley. Oh, Dizzy almost made a mistake there coming through the Dunlop curve, ran almost onto the gravel. To the match is going to hold station. Kai is now within 6/10. Extreme X says in the chat, that bump is brutal. Absolutely discreet, says we're just observing. Absolutely, it is pretty awesome racing, to be fair. It has to be said. Vulcan says, I think I might have just jinxed Towley. I think I did, because I was saying literally just before he hit that bump, he'll be asking AJ to get out of the way because he's quicker. So that was definitely commentator's curse. Towley is in the pits now to get a new wing, a new fresh set of inters. Of course, it's worth, it's always worth sticking with, though, isn't it? Because you just never know what can happen. Anything can happen, and that's an old cliche, but it's so very, very true. Syke, by the way, is now really catching Bingley. The gap down to 1.6 seconds. I did say about 3 or 4 laps ago, Syke's on charge, and he is, without a doubt. T.R. Williams is into the pits now. Why is he coming into the pits? Let's have a little look. Is there some wing damage there? Is this a change of tyres? Is like a new wing, possibly? No, it's just a change of tyres. Just a change of tyres. Okay. Interesting call there from T.R. Williams.
That is interesting. It's only 7 laps they've done.
And Sniper's in the pits as well. What's Sniper coming in for? Let's have a quick little look. Again, fresh set of tyres about to go on, and Oh, I've got a crap camera.
5 second penalty.
5 second penalty. No wing though. Okay. Yep. Interesting. The tyres are not lasting.
Whoa!
I saw that. Yeah, Jimmo came in at a rate of knots, didn't he? As well as when the AI took over. Right, the gap between first and second, ladies and gents, is down to just over a second now. Oh, that's got to hurt. For is that Towley's car? Has he been like? Oh, that's going to hurt. Yeah, do you know what? I think that was Towley. But Towley's behind these guys, but he's not in third place. Oh man, that's going to hurt.
But he's still plugging along.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what have you got at the moment? After these two, Cookie is in third place at the moment. Kai is just dropped off a little bit. He got within half a second. It's dropped back to 1.5 seconds. Matt is catching the pair of them, by the way. He is catching Kai and Cookie. Skillen's having a very, very solid drive. He's done a couple of really good overtakes. Currently in sixth. He's cleared Dizzy by 4.5 seconds. Excuse me. To the max is starting to reel Dizzy Barracuda in. Pos is now up into 9th place, having a tidy drive. Of course, he had a disaster here on Friday. So, looking good for the points. Good evening, Tribal. JDP had his 10 second. But where was that? Let's jump on board of Apex's car. Where is he?
That was that chicane.
And did he just run over the curb a little bit? And it's given him a 10-second penalty. Is that
I didn't
right?
see it, mate. I didn't see it.
I mean, normally it reserves a 10-second penalty for completely going through the chicane. That's crazy. Right, Psych is within a second now of Bingley. Let's jump on board. There is a battle definitely brewing there. Psych, picks up a penalty. A 3-second penalty, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's... I can't believe that. That's obviously... I couldn't record it because I didn't see it, but yeah, 10-second penalty. It was definitely on that chicane.
Yeah.
He just came out of it as I was scrolling. Oh no, and he's gone wide. He's come off the track. It's just gone from bad to worse.
Who's that for, sorry?
JD.
Oh, right, yeah. I've just seen on the timing screen there, Fresh LP moves up into 12th place. It was a good battle brewing between the Ferrari of AJ and the No Point Racing car of T.R.I. Williams. Psych within 7/10 of Bingley. He is really on the charge. Sorry if I'm just sounding like I'm repeating myself, but it is the truth. It's as simple as that. Discreet says in the chat, thank God we can't see under Towley's helmet. He must be furious. Indeed.
Yeah, you would be, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. Right, let's just jump on board with T.R.I. Williams. He's drafting AJ3 130R. This is for the final point.
Psych, by the way.
6/10 off Bingers. Yeah, I'm just keeping the eye on that one. Oh, Towley picks up a 3-second penalty there. Yeah, what I was going to mention, mate, is about the 10-second penalty at the final chicane. Normally it reserves that as if you completely miss the chicane and go straight through to get an unfair advantage. It normally pings you a 10-second penalty. But we have seen some harsh penalties in this race. We have seen some really harsh penalties. So we'll have to wait and see on that. And Ralph is also on the back of JDP, because JDP, as Dom said, went wide a few moments ago, which has allowed Ralph to catch him up. The gap up front is just under a second, 0.7 second, 0.7 of a second, if I get the fucking words out right. T.R. Williams, you see, is still just tucked in behind AJ, looking to try and either force a mistake or make a legit overtake.
Matt with his inevitable 5th place.
Yeah, he's always a steady driver in that, isn't he? He's pretty quick. It's crap at poker, though.
Say again.
It's crap at poker. No, he's poker with him. Absolutely abysmal. Right.
At least he doesn't rage like Ash.
Right, T.R. Williams is about as close as he's been at any stage now on the AJ. He's drafting up on the 30R. He's noticeably closer than he was the previous lap. Let's jump on board with the TV pod as we go through 130R. Trying to get a good exit out there of...
Oh, that's what it is. It's not me echoing, mate. It's your bloody stream.
Oh, you got the stream on the background. AJ pits. Pos is in the pits as well. There's a little bit of echo. It's good. It's okay, we live there. Okay, psych. Hey, half a second. Actually, now the echo's quite loud. As they come through Spoon, 5 laps to go, plus the lap they're on, ladies and gents. Obviously, Pos and AJ couldn't get their tyres to the end there, so they've got their work cut out. Pos has got to make 5 seconds up on fresh LP to get back into the points again, and then he's got a long way to try and catch TR Williams, who's on pretty fresh tyres himself. Interesting battle brewing up for the final podium slot as well. Don, Cookie, Kai and Matt. Kai's been around about a second or so from Cookie pretty much all the way through the pit stops, but Matt has closed up on these guys. Did you the 3-second penalty? Okay, we're jumping back onto the broadcast mode. Dom, that is really echoing, dude. I'm sorry. Everything that I can hear just goes straight into the stream as well. A bit of noise, but... right, so where are we? Psych, half a second down, but those guys now have a 21, well, nearly a 22-second advantage for Cookie, who is under pressure from Kai and Matt for the final podium slot. Skillen is currently sat there in 6th position. With a comfortable 5-second cushion back to Dizzy Barracudas in 7th, to the Max 8th, TRL Williams on relatively fresh into 9th, Fresh LP on 10th. Fresh LP there will be having to keep an eye on that gap because Pos has just come out on fresh, as has AJ, and they might well challenge for that final point before the end of the race. We'll have to wait and see. Apex in 13th, Ralph 14th, Sniper 15th, Jimmo 16th. I'm not sure if Jimmo got back in or not. I didn't see, to be honest. Towley 17th, and Ben Prime some way down, a lap down.
Jimmo, unfortunately,
And in fact, now Matt is very, very close to Kai as they come up the back straight towards 130R. Matt is motoring. Let's go on to TV pod mode. He's drafting Kai as they come through 130R now. Slight lift off there because the track is pretty damn wet there now. This is a real battle brewing up here. Ooh, Matt to getting the brakes pretty quick there.
Did you see that from Kai then? 10 seconds? He didn't deserve that.
I didn't. He just got a 10-second penalty for that. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, I've recorded that one, mate.
Oh man, that's ridiculous.
As I actually caught it.
I saw a penalty come up, but I didn't think it was Kai. That's shit.
Yeah.
Fucking Codemasters, Jesus Christ. You make a game look pretty. Yeah, we get all the bells and the whistles and the liveries and la-di-da-di-da-di-da, but you can't get basic fucking game physics right. You're a disgrace. Jesus.
And there it is, the moment you've all been waiting for.
Oh, I mean, Jesus Christ. Yeah. You've only had 9 years of practice. Practice at fucking up for 9 years. Yeah. Right, Matt is really close behind Kai. It's a shame there's no DRS really, because it's kind of hampering Matt's efforts to catch Kai, as indeed it's hampering Kai trying to catch Cookie. And of course,
and the same for Psych Bingley.
Oh, Bingley! It's the same thing. It's the same thing, isn't it? It's got yes, it's the final. It's the same chicane, mate. And I can tell from being on board Psych's car that Bingley did not do a massive corner cut. This game is a joke. Let's go get Project Cars 2 out.
Yeah. Better still, get Wreckfest out. But same as this, mate.
Oh, have you...
Carnage-wise.
Meant to ask you, have you tried the new Need for Speed Heat? I know you were talking about it a couple of days ago.
Yeah, I bought that, mate, yeah.
All
it's,
right.
Let's put it this way, it's not as good as I thought it would be.
Right, Vulcan says in the chat, it said 3 seconds on the stream. Which are you referring to? Are you referring to Kai's penalty or... The Bingley one was definitely 10 seconds. I saw that come up.
No, so basically Kai got a penalty and the car behind him picked one up straight after.
Yeah. Got ya.
I just about seen Kai's.
3 laps to go, including the lap we're on, ladies and gents.
Psych Bingley.
Whoa. Sykes, yes, just caught it in time. Syke gets the move done. Oh, Bingley. I think Bingley's race has been absolutely foobarred by the ridiculous chicane penalty.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Vulcan's adamant. It said Kai.
I recorded it anyway.
Which says,
Vulcan. I recorded
says
it.
No, it's 10. Which says you're right. I don't know.
Yeah, it was 10.
Yeah. Oh, Sykes Bingley's going to be spitting feathers underneath that rather fetching-looking purple helmet. I believe I've just said Bingley's got a purple helmet. Oh my God, dear! That'll be taken so badly. Meanwhile, Matt is still stuck behind Kai. He can't quite get close enough to make a move. Of course, in the wet, no DRS. Meanwhile, Townley gets past, I think, Jimmo's AI. I think AJ is all over the back of Pos. Let's have a quick look at that, because it's not for the points. They're down near the hairpin sector 2. But this goes to show it's competitive all the way down. No one gives up. As the leaders are now on their penultimate lap here. Really testing conditions. I'll tell you what, Don, we got lucky on Thursday with the conditions, didn't we?
Yes, we did, mate, yeah.
Yeah, we really did.
We had a spit of rain in qualifying, and that was it, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was already dead by then anyway, so it didn't affect me, the spit of rain, so that was alright. But no, the race itself was bone dry. Not a hint of rain. Right, okay, let's jump back on board with Matt, who is trying to chase down Kai, who is trying to chase down Cookie as they come through Deggy 2. Oh man! I just want to give a quick, before the end of the stream, I want to give a quick shout out also to Kenzie Retro, to Fraser, bless him, who stepped in at short notice on Friday night to do the commentary. A very enthusiastic commentator. I've already nicknamed him the Sid Waddell of F1. Anyone who knows a bit about darts will know about Sid Waddell. I had a good time. He got some grief in the chat, and I was trying not to laugh. I was trying to be professional. Towley, you naughty boy, you really are. But I just want to give him a shout out because I thought he did a great job, and I'd like to certainly have him back again next Friday. Ralph has got past ADP Apex. AJ is still stuck behind Pos. Right, the leaders are on their final lap, ladies and gents. I'm just staying with this battle momentarily between Matt and Kai. The problem with the battle for first and second, we all saw that stupid penalty come up on the stream, which has kind of suspended the disbelief almost, for want of a better word.
Yeah, yeah.
But the thing is, oh man, it's a tough one, isn't it? Because yes, there is precedence for penalties to be taken off retrospectively, but that is something that the stewards have to look at basically and see if a complaint's made first of all. But we're going to have to go back onto the leaders, I think, because they're coming up. Where are they? They're coming through Spoon. Oh man, Kai and Matt are so close to Cookie now. Oh my God, they're so close. Okay, back on towards.
That's just came out of nowhere.
Yeah. They've been battling for quite a while, to be fair. But here comes Cyclone coming up to the Casio Triangle for the final time, for the 27th time and the last time. Takes that nice and safely round the final corner to take victory in Japan, to extend his lead at the top of the table. Decides to go a bit off track there for some reason, and Bingley decides to lose a wheel. Tally is finished. He was a lap down. So back on this battle now for third place. Cookie, Kai, and Matt. Let's have a little look. Let's jump on board with Cookie as he comes through the Casio Triangle for the final time. Will he stay in? He'll certainly finish in third. Will he stay in third? He crosses the line in third. Kai finishes fourth, but Matt jumps the pair of them on penalty count. That Matt gets a podium. Wow, what a finish! Matt gets the podium. Here comes Skillen, who I think has had a great drive. Comes round in sixth place. Yeah. Good drive. And we got whose car is that? Sykes. Bingley's facing the wrong way there. Skillen finishes in 7th. Good job. But Dizzy gets the position on penalty countback. In fact, to the max also beats Skillen. TRL Williams finishes 7th. Gains 3 places on penalty countback. Now, the final point scoring position, Don, is still interesting because there's only 1.8 seconds covering these cars as they come through. Are they going to stay that way as they cross the finish line? Fresh LP is going to cross the line in 10th place. Does he hold on to 10th? That's the question. We're about to find out. He goes 9th. Skillen drops down to 10th.
Wow.
Skillen drops out of the points. Good God almighty.
No way.
How many penalties did he have?
Mate, it's saying he's a lap down. It's done it what he did to someone else on...
Right, okay. Yeah, you're right. Oh, the game is glitched. Fucking
This game
Codemasters.
is fucking shit.
That's all I've got to say to Codemasters. Right, so Skillen probably did legitimately finish in 6th place. Can you do us a favour? Can you take a screenshot of the final position so we've got that? We've got some proof of that, if that's all right, dude.
Yep.
But yeah, again, a Codemasters fuck up there, but it doesn't change the podium finishers. Syke with a deserved win. Bingley takes 2nd, and Matt sneaks in with a podium. I think that was unexpected there. A nice podium for Haas. Get in there, Syke. You are the man. You are the man, says discreetly. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is, as the Codemasters books has it, as Syke, Bingley, K77 Matt, Cookie, Kai, Dizzy Barracuda, T.R. Williams to the max, Fresh LP and Pos. That will be changing, ladies and gents. T.R. Williams, a shout out by the way, no penalties, clean drive, good to see. It's got Skillen's being a lap down. We know it's completely ridiculous. He only had 1 penalty, yeah. So basically, the way it stands is Skillen will finish 6th, Dizzy 7th, T.R. Williams 8th, to the max 9th, and Fresh will take the final point. So sadly, Pos and AJ will just miss out. Okay, I've just confirmed that. Skillen has got 50 Max has got 1 3-second penalty. So there we go. And then we've got Ralph Sniper. JDP was at a race to forget. To be fair, Jimmo was AI'd. Towley was sadly had a couple of incidents, and Ben Prime also a disappointing race for him. DNFs for Anstan and Johnny Bravo. So ladies and gentlemen, we've just got the guys coming into the party. Just make sure they're there. Yes, they are. Right, first of all, congratulations to our race winner. Is that a decisive move in the championship battle? Syke, congratulations.
Thanks, yeah. The game kind of ruined that at the end.
Yeah, we saw that.
Because, yeah, at the start I got a 5-second penalty for not cutting the corner, and then Bingley goes and gets a 10-second penalty for doing the same thing that I did just behind him, and I didn't get a warning. He got a 10-second penalty. So
it's ridiculous, it really is. But how did the race go for you? It's tricky conditions, great qualifying. You and Bing is again in a different league to everybody else in terms of qualifying pace, and then mastering the wet conditions with a great drive. Tell us in a sort of few short words how the race went for you.
yeah, it went okay. I was struggling a bit in the first stint. Obviously, Bingley got me off the start. I had a good launch, and then I forgot to go into Rich. I was in lean, and he kind of just got the overspeed on me. Yeah, I was sitting comfy behind him. Then, obviously, we had to pit for the intermediates, and then my tyres were overheating for the first few laps just before I got into a groove, and then I was starting to catch him. I think it would have been close on the last couple of laps, but then that penalty happened, so it kind of just killed the excitement.
Yeah, it did. We found that. I mean, how tricky were the conditions out there? Because you and Bingley managed to really stretch out those mediums. I mean, it was raining from the get-go. We saw lightning on the formation lap. I mean, how tricky was it out there?
The mediums were okay until the lap I pit. They didn't feel bad, but it didn't feel like you were going to die either.
Yeah.
And then the intermediates were kind of just a bit meh. Like the first couple of laps were awkward, but then at the end you just had the experience, and then you knew where the limits were and where they weren't. So
I mean, I did notice that on stream.
Race in the end.
I did sort of see on stream that after the pit stops, the first 3 or 4 laps, you weren't really making any inroads into that. The gap was staying around about sort of 4.5 to 5 seconds. But then all of a sudden, it was like it was hammer time, and that gap just disappeared in the space of half a dozen laps, I'd say, up to about lap 18, 19, and then you guys were just at it again, doing what you do every week, wheel to wheel, nose to stern action. But certainly major congratulations from me. I think, Bingers, you took fastest lap of the race though, so a little bit of damage limitation there. The gap now will be, I think, around about 26 points, Psych, I think. I've got it up on the screen before this race. You'll be on 347, Bingers 321, I believe. I've got my maths right. But congratulations from me anyway on the job well done. Any words from you, Dom? Any thoughts at all?
No, it's just the same for you, Billy. Same as what you've said, really. It's obviously an outstanding drive, as always. And obviously, as you haven't asked, what's your thoughts for next week, Mexico?
I haven't done it on this year's game. I won there last year, that first win, when I kind of crashed on the last lap, just managed to get across the line first. I don't know, it'd be like every race between me and Bingley, we'll be within a second of each other. It'll probably be down to who gets least amount of penalties, which probably won't be me, but it should be okay.
That's just it.
Congratulations from me again, mate. Quick shout out to King Dot, by the way. Thanks for the follow, dude. Welcome to Beer.tv. We're just in the middle of the podium interviews following a fantastic race around Japan. It will be available on demand very, very shortly, but thanks for the follow. Right, moving on to second place, Bingley. Great drive, kind of ruined with that ridiculous penalty at the Casio Triangle, that chicane there. Kind of ruined the race from well, certainly from your point of view. But apart from that, how did you feel the race went?
Not great.
You're very quiet, dude.
Really?
Can barely hear you.
Not great.
Okay. I'm not surprised it pretty
It just wasn't.
dejected after that, really. That was a really shitty penalty.
I've got nothing to say. You saw what happened.
Yeah, I mean, well, Dom did record it, so I'm not sure he's stewarding tonight. That might be something that is looked into. I don't know. We were talking about it.
No, won't get it. Overall.
Okay. Quick thoughts on Mexico next week?
Yeah, it's alright. Probably be close, but sure something won't go my way.
Well, the gap's now, say, 26 points. We've got, 4 races to go, so it's still all to play for. So chin up. It's 104 points for grabs with the fastest lap, so anything can happen. But best of luck next week. Commiserations for ridiculous penalty, but congratulations on another podium, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week. Alrighty, moving on to third place, a guy I, to be honest, wasn't expecting to be interviewing tonight, but K77 Twat, commonly known as the world's worst poker player. Matt, congratulations on a superb podium.
Hey.
Third place, man. Well done. Tell us all about it.
I know, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Monaco last season was the last one. but yeah, the dries I didn't really have that much pace. Bottle qualifying, as you do. Spinning it into the gravel at Spoon. But then after that, I knew it was sort of rain. Up my rear wing up to 10. And then just thought I'd just sacrifice that dry stint at the start. As you probably saw, I was battling with a load of people on mediums on my softs.
Yeah.
But then as soon as the rain started to come and we went on the inters, I just loved every lap of it.
You couldn't quite get past Kai. You caught him up really, really quickly over a very short space of laps. But then, I guess it's one of those things, isn't it? No DRS in the wet. There's no obvious overtaking spot, and Kai drove, a pretty good race, to be fair.
He drove really well defensively in dirty air as well. Just lost so much grip.
Yeah, and Cookie, of course, as well, managed to keep Kai at bay. But you showed the virtues of keeping it clean, not getting the penalties, and you got the third place. All I can say is a really fine drive. Puts you on to 69 points. I think you've leapfrogged Ralph and JDP. I think you moved up to 6 in the championship table just behind AJ. So still some bragging rights to get between now and the end of the season. 4 races to go. next week, Mexico. Thoughts on is it a track you like? Or is it one of those ones that are
Well, I've
destined
got
to
my
the bus bin?
sombrero and maracas ready,
Have you got?
but I'll probably just go sit up in stadium, cheering everyone on.
Oh, fair enough. But congrats on the 15 points, dude. Good, a good drive tonight. Kept it clean, got the podium, and I'll just quickly ask Dom if there's anything that he'd like to ask. Nah.
I'm good. You covered everything, mate. It covered all bases with him.
Yeah, you just fucking can't shut me up, can you? Yeah. Nah, good drive. Congrats to all the podium finishers tonight, but also everybody who finished the race tonight, because that was difficult. Okay, we saw it Friday. They had heavy rain all the way through the race. Tonight was a different type of difficulty, going from dry to wet. Never easy. So all the guys who finished tonight deserve some firm handshakes. It was a really, really good effort, and commiserations to those who didn't score points and the two that DNF'd. Towley had commiserations to Towley. Had a race to forget. What can I say? Fucking game. And Skillen, who I believe did finish 6th, it's classified him as finishing 17th, which is complete horseshit because another Codemasters glitch. But there we go. Enough about that. Right. What have we got coming up? Okay, the regular week is Mexico. Tuesday track trials on Beer.tv on Tuesday, of course, naturally. Around about 8:45, 9 o'clock. Thursday, GP3 over on Positively Glad's channel in Mexico. Friday, GP2 on Beer.tv. Then we have RRF Saturday night, of course, funnily enough, on Saturday. And then we'll be back here again, Beer.tv, for the Division 1 Elite Superstars around Mexico. But as I mentioned earlier in the stream, we're hoping, if not this Monday, then certainly next Monday, to have a special event, which will be streamed live on YouTube on the RRF1 official YouTube channel. Our debut maiden stream on YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed to it, search up RRF1 on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, and we will be live either tomorrow or the following Monday. All right, one for your diary. But that just about wraps it up. Many, many thanks to my partner in crime, the Dominator, as I nicknamed him. Mr. Unique Shots, the Dominator, for stepping at the last moment, doing a sterling job on CoComs. Always much appreciated, dude. Thank you very much indeed. And also thanks to everyone for watching tonight. A nice, steady chat as well. So thanks to everybody involved in RF1, and we'll see you in the next day or two. But for now, it is goodbye.